This is the lecture 11 of module 2, where we are going to find deflection at point B due to a point load acting at point B, which is the tip of this beam, and our objective is to find delta B, deflection at point B. When this bent cantilever beam will be subjected with a point load at point B, it will be deflected here, like, and we are going to develop, we are going to find deflection delta B. This is a cantilever beam having a varying moment of inertia, and this beam is having a length of L, total length is L, and half of length is having a moment of inertia twice I, and the rest of this length L by 2 is having a moment of inertia I. Now we will be solving this example using moment area method. And as per the moment area method, as you know, deflection delta is calculated as product of area of M over EI diagram with its centroid. It means area of M over EI diagram multiplying with centroid of this M over EI diagram will give delta B. And as we are going to find deflection at point B here, so delta will be delta B, and x bar will be taken taking from this point B. This will be the benchmark, or you can the reference point B. Now let's proceed here to calculate deflection using moment area method. The problem statement is, this is the cantilever beam having the varying moment of inertia, and this moment of inertia is I, this is twice I. This length is L by 2, this length is L by 2, and at tip of this beam there is a point load P acting here, and this point is designated as A, tip of this beam is B, and center of this beam is having a, we're designating it with C. So in order to draw M over EI diagram for this beam, we need to draw the M diagram. M diagram is the bending moment diagram. So before drawing bending moment diagram, we need to find a general expression for bending moment so that we can draw a curve for bending moment. So let's take a section. Let's take a section XX. Here we are taking a section XX at a distance of x from point B. Now we are separating out this right of this section XX is a free body diagram. This is the this is the section XX here, and this point is B. Now this distance is x, and there is a point load acting here. This is the point load P. So we need to find the bending moment mxx, which will be the general expression of bending moment at any section x from point B. So, and as per our assumptions, we are taking integral wise bending moment as negative bending moment as integral wise moment. So this point load is creating a clockwise moment, and as per my assumptions, as I have taken here, mxx is creating a clockwise moment. So P into x, Px, as it is creating a clockwise moment about this point, because at this point the all moment will be, some of the all moment about this point will be 0. Let's say here point, you can say we have taken A, B and C. Let's take this point as D. So MD, summation of moment about this point. So we can, the summation of all moment about point D, which is designated as MD, some md will be 0. This is the as per the conservation of moment, or you can say from the equilibrium condition of moment. So here p is creating a clockwise moment, so we are writing it with positive, and mx is also creating positive moment, so we are writing it as mxx, and it will be 0. Therefore mxx will be minus px. This is a general expression for bending moment at any section from point B. And we are seeing here the moment is mxx is directly proportional to x. That means it is linearly varying from point B to point A. So at B x equal to 0, so we will designate moment at B as mb. mb will be, in place of x we will put 0, so it will be 0. At C, x will be L by 2, half of this length, so mc will be, moment at C will be, from this expression, minus PL by 2. At A, x will be L, total length of this beam, so MA, moment at A will be, from this expression, P minus in place of x we will put L, it will be minus PL. So bending moment will be drawn here. It's linearly varying, so it's a base of this bending moment, length is L, and there is a point here, is the A, this point is B, and this point is C. You can see here, bending moment is varying from here to here. It's a linearly varying bending moment. Now at A, bending moment value will be PL, and at C, when bending moment value is minus PL by 2, here it will be PL by 2. This is the M diagram. On the basis of this M diagram, we will be drawing M over EI diagram. M over EI diagram is drawn by dividing every y coordinate of M diagram by dividing a constant value, which is the flexural rigidity EI value. Therefore it is also called as M over EI diagram. And as I have drawn here, M diagram is here. This is the M diagram which I have drawn here. This is the M diagram. At point, here is point A, this point is B, and there is another point, this C, and this value is PL, and this value is PL divided by 2. This is the M diagram. And up to this length is L by 2, and this length of this beam is L by 2, total length is L, and CB, length of this beam having a moment of inertia I, in the following statement you can see here I, and CA beam, CA part of this beam is having a moment of inertia 2I, so it will having a moment of inertia 2I. So in order to develop M over EI diagram, and you can say here, this part of this beam will having a flexural rigidity EI, E multiplying with the moment of inertia EI, and this part, CA part, will having a moment flexural rigidity E multiplying with twice I, it will give twice EI. Flexural rigidity will be this one. So through this M diagram, we are only dividing the all coordinate with a value of EI and twice EI. We are having the all length and all the values here, so we are drawing M over EI diagram, taking the base length same, and coordinate is here A, this point is B, and another point here is C. since all y coordinate is divided by the constant value of ei, so curve will having the same pattern here. This value will be here the bending moment is PL divided by 2. PL divided by 2 is dividing with EI. It will be PL divided by twice EI. Here value will be PL divided by twice EI. Now right of this point C is having a moment of inertia I, and just left of this point C is having a moment of inertia 2I. So here is the moment of bending moment at point C is having PL divided by 2. So here if we are taking left of the section, left of the point C, it will be divided by moment of flexural rigidity twice EI. So PL divided by 2. PL divided by 2 is the moment, bending moment here point C, and it is divided by flexural rigidity twice EI. It will be PL divided by 4 EI. So just right of this here, the value of PL divided by 4 EI will be lesser than this, so it will be here. This value will be PL divided by 4 EI. Now we can see here at point A the bending moment is PL, and here the flexural rigidity is twice EI. So PL divided by twice EI, it will be PL divided by twice EI. The M over EI diagram will be here. Here it will be something like this. This value will be PL divided by twice EI. Since bending moment has been divided by with constant flexural rigidity of value twice EI here at A, and I hope you have understood how to draw a M over EI diagram. This is the M over EI diagram. Now we need to find the area of this M over EI diagram and multiplying with their respective centroid, and will give the deflection at B. So we need to divide, because this is a rectangular shape and this is the trapezoidal shape. This shape is trapezoidal, so we can make it very easy if we divide this into different regions. Let's redraw this here and separately, so it will be very easy for you to understand how we are going to divide this region in different regions. Now we are just drawing the M over EI diagram. This is the baseline. I am taking a large view, and this is A, this point is C, and this point is B. Here we are taking this value here, M or EI value will be PL divided by twice EI, and there is a drastically reduction of M over EI value. Here it will be PL divided by twice EI or 4 EI, and then again at last it will be here this value is PL divided by twice EI. And here, as we have calculated, right of this point C is having a m over ei value PL divided by twice ei, and as I have explained you how we have calculated left of this point C having a m over ei value PL divided by 4 ei, as left of this having a flexural rigidity value of twice ei, and left of right of this having a value of ei. So just we have divided with these values to get value here. So here this is the value of PL divided by 4 ei, PL divided by 4 ei. So we can rewriting this value here. This value will be PL divided by 4 ei. Now we are making different region here. Let's draw line parallel to baseline here. So this will be a rectangle, this will be a triangle, and it's also a triangle. Let's say here this is the region 1, this is region 2, this is region 3, and all these regions we are familiar with this, with their centroid, and I have explained you, in order to find deflection at point B we have to take this as a reference point. This will be the reference point through which centroid will be developed, and this length is L by 2, this length is L by 2, and this length is also L by 2. We are having the all x coordinate and y coordinate, so that we can find the area of all these regions, and we can also find the centroid of all the regions. And let's say centroid of this rectangle is can be denoted here as x1 bar. This can be, because we are taking the second region, so it can be denoted as x2 bar, and centroid of this may be designated with x3 bar. Now first we shall calculate an area of this region is with a1, and this one is designated with a2, and this region is designated with a3. This is the area of region 3rd, this is the area, a2 is the area of region 2nd, and a1 is the area of region 1. So delta will be a1 as per the moment area method, x1 bar plus a2, x2 bar plus a3 into x3 bar. This will be the delta deflection, and as we are going to find the deflection B, so we will say it delta B, and we will be taking all centroid from this reference point. This is the benchmark, and area calculation is very easy. Here the value we can calculate here. A1 will be, this is the area of region 1, will be, this length is L by 2, this length L by 2 multiplying with this value, this is the PL divided by 4 ei, PL divided by 4 ei, it will be PL square divided by 8 ei. This is the first area of this region 1, and area of this region 2, area of region 2 will be A2. Area of region A2 will be, this is a triangle, so its area will be half, and base length will be L by 2 multiplying with this value, this PL divided by 4 ei, this is the value here. So PL divided by twice ei is the total value, twice ei minus PL divided by 4 ei. So it will be 4 ei twice PL minus PL, it will be PL divided by 4 ei. So its value will be, this value will be PL divided by 4 ei. So here it will be half base of this triangle, and this length is PL divided by 4 EI, PL divided by 4 EI, so it will be PL square divided by 16 EI. This is the area of triangle. Second region area is this, and area of region third, this is the area A3. This is also a triangle. Base length is L by 2 here, so half length will be L by 2, and this height is, as we are taking a PL divided by twice EI, PL divided by twice EI is the height of this rectangle triangle. So PL divided by twice EI will be the value. So PL square divided by 8 EI. These are the value of area calculated for every region, region 1, 2 and 3. So here I am going to summarize this area here. Area calculated here, A1 is PL square divided by 8 EI, A2 is PL square divided by 16 EI, and A3 is PL square divided by 8 EI. This is the area here. A1 area PL square divided by 8 EI, PL square divided by 8 EI. A2 is PL square divided by 16 EI, PL square divided by 16 EI, and A3 area is PL square divided by 8 EI, PL square divided by 8 EI. We are done with the area calculation of the regions in which we have divided the entire area, and we are going to find centroid of the respective regions with respect to the reference point. Reference point is B. So again we are redrawing the same M over EI diagram. This is the baseline, and this point is A, this point is B, here point is C, and we are having bending moment M over EI value here is this. This value is PL divided by twice EI, and from here to here the same value of PL divided by EI will be here, and we have divided all this with different regions. We have called this region 1, and this one with region 2, and this with region 3, and we are going to find centroid of region 1, 2 and 3 with respect to this point B, and the length, these are the length. This length is L by 2, and this length is L by 2. Now X bar, here centroid of this rectangle will be from point B, and centroid because it's a rectangle, so its centroid will be at the center of this rectangle, and from this here it will be the X1 bar. It will be X1 bar. And for this region 2, centroid of this triangle will be, because we are taking this from point B, so here it will be the distance of, here we can say here this point will giving a centroid with respect to region point B will be X2 bar, and this length will be how much, you can say this length is 1/3 of this length, 1/3, and this length is L by 2. This is L divided by 6. From this length centroidal point will be here, and our centroid, which is our subject of analysis for x2 bar, will be from point. So total length is L minus L by 6 will give the x2 bar, and here the centroidal point will be here it will be centroidal point of this triangle, so it will be here giving a value x3 bar, and from this point it will be having a value of 2/3 of L. From this C it will be 1/3 of L, and this value is L by 2, so it will be L by 2, so it will be 2 to cancel, so this value will be L by 3, so x3 bar will be L by 3. And here you can say here this value, total length is L, this is the length L. Okay, so x2 bar will be L minus this L by 6, so 6 minus 1 will be 5 divided by 6L. This is the x2 bar, and x1 bar will be, this is the L by 2, x1 bar will be L by 2, this length, and half of this length, because it's a rectangle, so centroid will be at the center of this rectangle, so half of this length L by 2 will be L by 2 plus L by 4. This value will be 2 plus 1, 3 divided by 4L. So we are done with the calculation of centroid with respect to point B. So we can summarize here. X1 bar is calculated. X1 bar is here 3 divided by 4L, and x2 bar is here 5 divided by 6L, and x3 bar will be here L divided by 3, 2/3 of L by 2. This is the L by 2, 2 to cancel, L by 3, okay, L by 3. So just we are going to multiply area of every regions for the sum over EI diagram with the respective centroid, and it will be giving directly the deflection at point B. So here we are just multiplying the centroidal value with the respective areas of the divided regions. So here we are going to again tabulate it here. A1 is PL square divided by 8EI. A2 is PL square divided by 16EI. A3 is PL square divided by 8EI, and x1 bar is equal to 3 divided by 4L. x2 bar is 5 divided by 6L, and x3 bar is equal to L by 3. So delta will be A1 x1 bar plus A2 x2 bar plus A3 x3 bar. Therefore, in place of A, it will be here PL square divided by 8EI multiplying with the 3 by 4 L, plus A2 will be PL square divided by 16EI multiplying with 5 by 6 L, and A3 will be PL square divided by 8EI multiplying L by 3. Here it will be 3PL cube divided by 24EI plus, here it will be 5PL cube divided by 96EI, and here it will be PL cube divided by 24 EI. PL cube divided by 24 EI. Now I have done mistake here. 8 multiplying with 4 will give 32 here. So we can rewrite here for clarity. 3PL cube divided by 32 EI plus 5PL cube divided by 96 EI plus PL cube divided by 24 EI. So we are taking LCM 96 EI. This 9PL cube 5PL cube plus 4PL cube will be equal to 18 PL cube divided by 96. Now we are doing 16 3, it will be 3PL cube divided by 16 EI, the value of EI. So delta calculated here, delta B calculated here is 3PL cube divided by 16 EI. This is the deflection calculated at point B for a point load which is subjected, which are acting at the tip of a cantilever beam, in which the moment of inertia is varying. And here we can write here deflection calculated. Here we can write the delta B here calculated is 3PL cube divided by 16 EI. This is the deflection calculated at point B of this cantilever beam having a varying moment of inertia. So, and I have solved this deflection calculation using moment area theorem, and I think this calculations for deflection might have clearer concept regarding the moment area method, and also how we have generated the M over EI diagram, the critical part of this, because the bending moment drawing is very easy for a point load. This is very easy as we have drawn. Only the triangular pattern of bending moment diagram will be because the bending moment is varying with distance x, and the critical part of this is to understand the how to draw M over EI diagram. So I hope your concept might be clear. If you find any ambiguity, or if you are finding any difficulty to understand this example, you can write in comment box. I will surely answer to you.